Welcome to Create Momentum. For today, our guest is Mr. T from London to Leicester, Birmingham to Bradford, all it's a nationwide. Mr. T, Aijo, ice cream Kaijo. Thank you very much.
Aijo, ice cream Kaijo. Mashallah, thank you very much for having us here today, brother. We're really looking forward to your interview and participation in whatever. We want to answer any questions you have as full as we can, just to make this interview as enjoyable for your customers and your viewers to watch as possible.
Thank you very much once again. I'm really grateful and thankful. I know you're a very busy man as I see your TikTok videos, and congratulations that you have a lot of followers there. So, as your attitude, I see, your skills. You have a great sales skill. Any business, if you are doing.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
So how did you learn this?
That's a very big blessing that I've been gifted with by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And mashallah, I'm very, very fortunate to have good customer skills and good sales techniques. And people really appreciate that and they enjoy it. And to back that up as well, we've got a premium quality product. And obviously the sales skills then match the product and the word spreads, and obviously people do the rest for us.
Okay, so how did your journey started? How did do you want it always to be like a customer oriented person and wanted to see people interact all the time? Or do you want to do some other business?
Well, to be honest, it kind of developed slowly, it did. I mean, when I was born, we didn't even have, when I was younger and growing up, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have social media. This has all come about in the last 10 years. I mean, I was in the beginning, I used to work in a takeaway. I had my own takeaway. But saying that, with my takeaway, it was a very, very busy operation. We had, I built the work up from scratch, same as I've done with this. From scratch, I built it up to like 13, 14 delivery drivers a night. I used to have 15 staff inside, and it was a very, very busy shop front. And mashallah, my customer skills really picked up in them years. In them 7, 8 years that I was in the fast food business, my customer skills and my people skills, they're really, really kind of sharpened up. And that's really coming used to me now. And then obviously with the engagement of social media and the arrival of social media, I really grasped that prospect. And, I tried to make as much use of it as I can in regards to sales and customer relations and building awareness of brand. And then when I got out of the takeaways and got into this, it was just such a good product to work with. Ice cream, everybody loves ice cream, and dessert. So it just kind of really, really blew up. And that's basically slowly but surely from a very humble beginning of one ice cream van. Mashallah, now we've got 6 ice cream vans. We've got a manufacturing plant where we actually manufacture and wholesale. And we supply, I'd say, about 10% of the country's ice cream vans. And now we're breaking into the dessert parlors and milkshake bars. And we're really, really pushing forward with it and really taking on a lot of work,
So, as you know, you are in the van. I mean, first you need to develop a business. Now, do you think to make your franchise in different parts of the nationwide in the UK?
In charge instead. I needed to be there before Hoppers as well.
To be honest, we are not thinking of franchising, my brother. Why are we not thinking of franchising? Because we're not thinking of franchising it. Just we're not thinking of franchising, my brother, because inshallah, at the end of this year, we're going to be launching our own pot, similar to a Ben & Jerry's. Just park because it's been on all over. Just park up. Put a car park in the general. Put a collection. That's it. Just park in the car park here. That's it. And so we're going to be launching in the shops, and we're going to be available in the supermarkets. We've got a big thing going with a local garage, a petrol station chain, where they're going to be supplying others with our pots. We're going to have our own brand freezers in these shops, and it's going to be like a really, really well managed. And inshallah, it's going to be very similar to what Ben & Jerry's is doing. So for that reason, I don't want to franchise, because if we do franchise, it might have an effect, a negative effect from one of our franchisees on our brand name. So we don't want that negative effect. We want to keep it as much controlled in my own control as possible. And then obviously when we launch our brand of ice cream, then inshallah, that's going to go on a national level anyway.
Okay. So did you always wanted to be an entrepreneur, or how did your...
Well, I've always had that little bit of flamboyancy. I've always had a bit of a flair. Like in whatever I've done, I've managed to like kick it up to a next stage. And I've always, I've never settled with, I've never said to myself, right, I'm happy with where it is now. I've always wanted to progress it. I've always wanted to grow what we're doing and make it even more fun to work and even bigger and better. And even now that we're at this stage, I still think that there's loads of things that I'm not doing right. And I still think there's more potential to what I'm doing, you know, and that's my vision on what I do. And I'll always have that in my front of my mind. I'll always think, how can I better what I'm doing here? I'm doing this now. How can it be made better? So that is an entrepreneurial bit of a thing. I think, you know, I think entrepreneurs, they're never satisfied with where they are. They're always thinking of how to make it better.
Okay, absolutely right. I just want to ask you, when, let's say you are, particularly, see, we are a human being, we have different kinds of emotion. So if you get down in a day and where you need to go work, how you would pick up yourself and motivate and be as you are, like a happy-go-lucky person? What do you do?
To be honest, my motivation stems from seeing people's happiness. And as soon as I sell that first ice cream and as soon as I see a person smile, that is it, job done. It kicks into me what my needs are, what I'm supposed to be doing, how I'm supposed to be acting, what people expect of me. And mashallah, it really keeps me motivated. You might have seen, I'm always, alhamdulillah, a very happy person. And I never have any kind of issues where, to be honest, I've not got really anything to be down about, mashallah. When you concentrate on what you're doing, when you got your deen and iman in front of you, then things like, you know, whatever happens is a test, and you always have to overcome these tests. And, you know, you have to find a solution, and you have to make sure that the people you work with, they're happy, and what you do, you're happy, and everybody involved in the circle is happy. So for me, being the central pin of what I do, I must be happy to make sure all my staff, all my comrades, all my people that work with me, my companions, they're all highly motivated as well then.
That's really true. That's really great. Because I got attracted because you are all the time. I see when you're selling ice cream, you're very motivated, and
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
It has a positive impact to the people.
Yes, of course, of course. And when people see what I do and the positivity and the emotion and the high spirits, I feel that even if 2 of them people or 3 of them people better their mood, or if they pick something up from me, or if they learn a skill that I possess, I think that's a benefit to not only them, but to me as well.
That's a great thing. Okay, no problem. Okay, please tell me, Mr. T, how the social media has helped you in your business.
Well, social media nowadays is absolutely vital in any field, whatever business it may be, whether that's shining shoes, doing taxis, selling ice cream, owning a pub, whatever business you are in, social media is key. It is definitely very good for getting a message across and for increasing your presence to a broader audience and a bigger audience. And then obviously as time progresses, that filters off to people with an interest in what you're doing. And it's a very, very vital part of any business nowadays. I mean, if you've not got social media involved with what you're doing, you should really, really consider either doing it yourself in some way, shape or form, or even paying a social media management team in regards to what you need to do, get some posts up there, you know, just to get a bit of appreciation for your company and grow your online presence.
Okay, Mr. T, thank you very much. The last question for the audience, the message for them.
Hi Joe, ice cream hi Joe. So some Mr. T ice cream guy get yes, even hi Joe. Right guys, just to let you know, Mr. T's on the scene, if you know what I mean. supplying to you the very best ice cream. Come on down, the price is right. My brother podcast here is on top form tonight. And we would like to give us a little follow, guys, if you don't mind. Mr. T King of Desserts. Come join us on our journey with the best ice cream in the world, in the country. We're touring everywhere. We want you to be able to sample what we've got to offer. And I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it. I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it. 1 second. And yeah, tune in. Find us on TikTok. Find us on Instagram. It'd be very nice for you to follow us, to know where we are when we come into your area. And you can get to sample some of this gorgeous ice cream, which is causing a hullabaloo all over the country for yourself.
Thank you, Mr. T, for your time. As I know you are busy 7 to 7, 24/7. You are still sitting in the car.
Yeah,
People
of course.
are approaching
I mean,
you.
you've seen now, even now, we just got like so much to do. But like I said to you, brother,
Yeah.
I know I have delayed your appointment a couple of times, and I just wanted to get this done because it was eating away at me at the back of my head that I've had to actually delay this thing twice, 3 times now, and it was bugging me. It was. So I'm very happy that we managed to actually get this over and done with, and it's dealt with now.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
You're very welcome,
you.
my brother. Big love to all your audience. Thank you everyone for joining in. We hope you enjoyed that little interview. Thanks ever so much.
Thank you. It's all done.